Hey, oh, hey, I'm Ashley, and this is for Dizzy Birds. It is time for our very last Tiny Tuesdays of January, so we are going to take care of our Tiny Tuesday binder, our New Year's Tinies, and we're going to check in on our no spend. So if you want to find out if we completed any Tinies this week for the month of January, go ahead and stick around. Grab your favorite drink, your favorite Tuesday. I am hoping that you guys, if you were a part of the winter storm that came through this weekend, that you are starting to see some relief. I am filming in advance because we just don't know about power outages and things like that. And I wanted to make sure that these videos are all edited and ready to go. So a little bit out of order for me. So forgive me if I'm not making a whole lot of sense. I'm trying not to rush, but also a sense of urgency behind getting everything ready and edited and all of that before we have to hunker down. So this is our Tiny Tuesdays, our last win for January. It's our last chance to finish up some challenges before we go into our January roundup. So I guess let's get to it, right? Okay, so we have our Tinies binder here, our lovely leopard binder. I'm thinking about switching it out. I've had this same Tinies binder for a very long time, and I just recently got some new colors of binders, so I'm thinking it's about time to switch it up. I have 31s. I do not have any spicy anything. We have our buyback 5s over here, but we are just going to play with 1s this week just to switch it up. I like to do things a little bit different. Not majorly different, but a little bit different every week, so you never really know what you're going to get. Let's see what categories we're saving for this week. We have month ahead in spot number 1, debt in number 2, self-care is going to be hanging out in spot number 3, 4 is going to get eating out, 5 is celebrations, 6 is little birds, 7 is fur babies, and 8 is going to wrap us up with the 2026 challenge. Okay, so it's our last chance to complete challenges for the month. So I think we're going to do the straight through with our 4-sided dice. So we'll start in 1 and just keep going through, and whatever it tells us is the number of bills. So spot number 1 starts with 1. And then when we run out of money, we will be done. Okay, so spot number 2 is going to get 4. 3 is going to get 4. Well, if it keeps doing those 4s, we're going to run out of money pretty quick. Yep, there's another 4. This dice, this 4-sided dice, ooh, there's another 4. It just wants this game to be quick. It must know that I'm in a hurry. I need to get everything filmed at least, and then started editing and processing. I'm also going to cook some kind of casserole type dinners or whatnot that'll be easy to heat up if we do lose power. We do have like a gas stove, so we'll still be able to heat food up. And then of course we got the standard bread and milk that everybody seems to buy the stores out of, so we'll be fine. I hope all of you are. That's our last $2. Like I said, the dice made sure that went fast. Didn't even really have a chance to chat. And really, I don't know what else to say anyways. That's pretty much been our whole life. We've been wrapping up the work week and then getting ready for this storm. And really, when you don't know what you're going to have, there's not a whole lot you can do to get ready for it, right? You just got to hope that it doesn't get too horrible. So, okay. The first category is 2026 challenge. And this week, it only got $1. So let's see what we have here. So it's definitely not going to complete. It's got a ways to go. That's okay. This one comes from Divine Savings Co. Each one of these little fireworks is going to be $1. So anything that's a 1 can be colored in. And it looks like it's saving us 24 in the end. We have 5, 6, 7, and 8 so far of that 24. So things are moving a little slower on that one. And maybe we just started it. I think that's probably part of it. Fur Babies is up next, and we have $3 this week. Oh, and we are very close on this one. We are doing $1 per paw print. And I've got to color in 3. I think I can color them fairly quickly and chitty chat with you. I'm trying to do them pretty perfect for whatever reason. Sometimes I'm okay with crossing them out, and sometimes I got to color them in, but this one's a color in for me. So tell me down in the comments if you're watching this, has the storm already passed you? Has the snow melted? What's it like where you are? We're in Oklahoma, so as usually once the sun has come out and has gotten above freezing for like half a day, whatever's on the ground will be gone, and we'll go back to our normal whatever weird weather that we have. Lately it's been very warm in the 50s. I think it was 75 on Christmas. You just never know what you're going to get. And now we're headed for, we've heard 6 inches, we've heard a foot. We really don't know what we're getting. So I'm just curious. It's Tuesday where you are if you're watching this when it comes out. Has it cleared up where you are, or do you still have a ton of snow, or do you always have snow where you are this time of year? Okay, 10, 11, 12, and $13 so far. We're looking like we will have a total of 15 from the Dramatic Panda for fur babies when we get that one finished. Little Birds only got 1 as well. And this one comes from Anna Banana Budgets. Is it not the cutest thing you've ever seen? It's a snowman building his own snowman. Super cute. $1 more going in there, and that means we only have 7 so far, but we are making progress, even if it's slow progress. For Little Birds, I think we just started that one recently as well. Okay, next category is celebrations. It got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see, what do we have going in here? Okay, this one comes from Budgeting with the Ginger. Super cute little horsey holding his birthday balloons. We've got 4 getting colored off here, so we have 4 to go on this one as well. And so far, I think we're going to have a buyback 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yep, sure do. 5, 10, and 12. All right, so just a little ways to go on that one. A third of the way there. Up next, ooh, this one got a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for eating out. Ooh, talk about it. I have not been eating out much this month though, because we are doing our January no spend, and I have been doing very good. I'm proud of myself. We'll find out how good here in just a minute. Okay, this one comes from Jamie Arian Budgets. We only needed 1 little chip left instead of all of this money, so we're going to set this aside. We're going to color in 1 last heart on our chip, and we will be done with this one. We're going to check to see how much we got, which looks like it is a total of $16. We're going to write that on here. $16 for the eating out fund. Let's get our little paper clip here, ring our bell, and we have our first completed challenge of the video. And we will set that one underneath just in case, because we're going to have to figure out what we're doing with this buffer money. Up next is self-care. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Going to, and we only needed 2. We really only need 1 because we already have this. So this is going to the buffer, $2, and we are finally finishing this one from Budgeting Introvert. It's taking us a little bit to get this one. It's still Christmas themed. Let's see how much we have saved with this one. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31, and 32. Well, isn't that exciting? $32 for self-care. That goes towards nail appointments, hair appointments, not only for me, but for the boys. With 3 boys, they seem like they're getting their hair cut every week. I know they're not, but it seems like after I always feeling like those are sneaking up on me. So I like to keep that budget going. All right, another completed challenge. Self-care. We'll go to the back here. And then debt is getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's see, what do we have back here? Okay, this one's pretty close. All right, so $6 going into this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's go ahead and get that buyback 5 over here. So far 16. And really, we should probably wait, but I'm thinking this is a good contender for some of that buffer money to finish that out. I'm going to set that right there so you guys don't have to watch me digging through them again when I can't remember 5 seconds later what I wanted to do. Okay, $3 for month ahead. Let's see, what do we have? Okay, these sweet little cutie little snowflakes. All right, so this one comes from Budgeting with a Ginger. We're going to color in 3 or cross off 3. And we're going to do a buyback 5. So we have a total of $12 so far for month ahead, and that is just the cutest thing ever. Okay, so as promised, I said I was going to remember that this one's a contender for our buffer money. Okay, so we need $4 to finish this one. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we still have some left in the buffer. So we're going to take this 4, get a buyback 5. And we should have $20 like we do. Okay, we're going to color this in so that we know that we did finish that. And make sure our allocation is written on the back. It is. It says it's going to debt, so you know what that means. That's going towards a payment on Affirm or Klarna, which is the area that we are focusing on this month. All right, so we have another completed challenge. This now goes to the back. And what do we have left in our buffer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's a good amount. Let's see. So we could finish Celebrations. We definitely can't finish that one. We could also finish this one. And I don't think we could finish this one. All right, so I think this is going to work out pretty darn good. Fur Babies only needs 2. And Celebrations only needs 4. So as long as this is 6, we are good to finish both of these out. So that is super exciting. That buffer worked out really well for us. We were able to finish 3 additional challenges just with that buffer. All right, so total of $20 here, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Always wonder if I'm mathing this right. It's $16, not $20. I did do that right. Okay, so we have a total of $16 for Celebrations. Let's mark that. Makes it easier when we're counting during January Roundup. Ringing that bell, all done. And that one will need some new challenges next week. Okay, and then we have our last 2 here for our fur babies. We use this for vet appointments and food and treats and anything that either the kitty Olive or Rowan or Bentley, our 2 crazy corgis, need. And you may hear one of those crazy corgis barking in the background. He is very upset that he has not been fed dinner yet. He would like to speak to management. Too bad for him. Management is busy. All right, so this should be $15 if we did this correctly. And we last buyback 5. How perfect was that? $15 right there. 15 buckaroonies for fur babies. That is a nice little, just a little small amount. Might go towards some treats or cat litter or any number of things. Okay, so that one will need a new challenge next week. as well. We're pretty much refilling this one up. There's a couple that are still going to run into February, but most of them got finished out in January. So the Chinese, they finished on track more or less. Okay, so for our tiny video, we completed we completed 5 challenges this week, y'all. That's pretty awesome. And you know what that means? As this is the last week of January savings, this is going to go in here for this sync to save binder or bag, and it won't last long because we'll be doing our January roundup this coming week or this week now. All right, so we're going to set all of this aside. So we've got to reset now for our last binder, which is our New Year's Tinies, set up similarly to the S'mores binder. It's a new series that we have added recently. We see that each category has a dashboard and it has small tiny challenges back there. We have our money here in the bank. How much do we save each week? The answer is $11. So I'm going to take my $11 and put it back here in the bank where it goes. Trying to keep them in order. And we haven't completed any challenges in here yet, so who knows? Maybe we will this week. Now we are starting here on category 4 this week. We have our prop bills. Now these are set up differently than we do in the S'mores. I have 25 cents, I have dollars, and 50 cents that can all show up. But this whole stack equals $11 total. So that's how that works. We're going to go through the categories, starting with category number 4, and this one's going to get 2. So we'll take that little paper clip off. See how far we can get. Ooh, $4 or 4 prop bills there. 6 is getting 1. 7 is getting 2. We'll move through these pretty quickly. But as you will see, okay, we've got just finished 8, so we're going all the way to the front here. I'm finding out why category number 1 is going to get 1. Category 2, 1. 1. Let's shake it up a little bit. 3, 1, 2, and 3. I think that's going to be a big one. 3, 1, 2, and 3. Shake it up again. 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that means our last one is going to go to number 7. And that means we will start on number 8 next week. Okay, so we have allocated out all our prop bills here. And if you haven't seen this one, this was a freebie from Pink Plum Budgeting. Super cute. Just printed them out and put them in the binder. And let's go through and see what do we have. Okay, so 50 cents is what we got this week for this one. So we're going to be coloring in one box here, and we'll still have a little ways to go on this one. Set that aside, and this one's going to be allocated to month ahead when it's done. So we will be excited to get that one. Category 2 also only got 50 cents. And let's see, this one comes from Agape Book Club. 50 cents. And then category number 3 gets 50 cents as well. And it looks like we have a couple of options here. These are all 50 cents. And so we had a 25 cent one there. Let's just go ahead and color in a 50 cent here and call that good. Okay, and category number 4, we've got 25, 50, 75, $1, $1.25. Okay, $1.25 means we can color in Okay, so we did this one a little differently. We've got 50 cents, 50 cents, and then we can do each one of these for 25 cents. So we'll do 2 here. And then we will do, got a different color going for this one, 25 cents here for this one. And these come from Budgeting with a Ginger. Hopefully I've been telling you who they come from. Oh, yeah, this one was Pink Plum Budgeting, and this one is Budgeting with a Ginger. So we are getting close on these. We are getting close to where we only are down to our 25-cent pieces. But still some more work to do on that one. And it is allocated to celebrations. Gosh. Okay, up next. Ooh, this one stole all the money, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25. I don't even know if we need that much. We probably don't. Let's see. This set comes from Agape. 50 cents each. So there's $1. We'll get rid of that one. Then these are 50 cents each, so we can color in 2 more dollars here. 1, 2. These tiny ones are hard for me to hold without blocking. Okay, so 2 more dollars there. We are well on our way there. And then these are all 25 cents, so we only need a 50 cent and a 25 cent, and we have finished this one out. And then we have a buffer of $1.50 hanging out over here. So we'll color in these last 3, and we will have completed our first ones for this binder. And we'll need to figure out how much we need to pull from our bank. So okay, so these are all 50. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this makes 7. So this is $7 going to self-care. That's very nice, little boost. And we already had that other one that was completed for self-care. So $7 for self-care. We'll get our little paper clip. And then we also need to come back here to the bank and get our $7. Just like we do with our s'mores binder, we pull that right out of the bank, and then it goes in the completed challenge bag. Okay, so $7 going there, ringing the bell. We're going to flip this around for now until we decide if we want to refill that or just keep going. And we'll go on to category 6, and we'll deal with that buffer here in a little bit. Okay, so we have 50 cents, $1, $1.50, $1.75 for category number 6. So $1.75. And what did we need? It looks like we just needed $2. So we were so close. What do you say we go ahead and borrow? Make a decision here and borrow. So there's $1. We can go ahead and color in 2 circles here at 50 cents each. These come from Budgeting with a Ginger. All right, and then we have another 50 cents. And we could take this and borrow 25 cents and finish this one out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. $9 total for Little Birds. And then we need to go back here to the bank to get our $9 out. So Little Birds is getting a completed challenge. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Do we have another 5? We sure do. And 5 makes 9. Put all this money back in our bank. Okay, $9 for Little Birds completed. So challenge number 2 completed from this book. Let's see. That means we need to flip this one around. That one's all done. Okay, let's move on to category number 7, where we have a total of $1 that we earned this week. Now let's see, what do we have? Okay, so this one has a ways to go. So we're going to color in 4 of these 50 cents each. So there's a 50 cents. No, we're going to color in 2. Ooh, I'm glad I caught that. Woo, that would have been a bummer. Okay, so just coloring in 2 squares to make $1. This comes from Pink Plum Budgeting, and it's going to month ahead. So we got a little ways to go on that one. All right, category number 8 got a quarter this week. Let's see, what did we need? It's our last category. So these are 50 cents each. We could pull this, at least get a full circle colored in. I just borrowed that. Executive decisions, you know, when it's your channel and it's your money, you can do what you want. All right, so I at least was able to color in 1, and then we only have $1 left in our buffer, so we're going to double check everything before we make our final decision. But these is allocated to celebrations, and these come from Budgeting with a Ginger. We have our little paper clip on that category because we will start there next week. All right, so I'm checking these other categories for anything that might be lacking just $1 or close. And that one has a little bit more than that. Just to make sure we're not missing out on an opportunity to complete one more. I don't think we do. I think, yeah. Now at this point we can just, while we do this, we'll just get our 8-sided dice and decide who's going to get that $1. 7. 7 is going to get that $1. That makes it easy for me. I do not have to decide there. Okay, so $1 means 2 more squares. And then we are done for this week and done for January. Okay, every bit has been spent there. We did complete 2, so we have 2 categories that are flipped around for the New Year's binder. And we did complete 2 more challenges, which will actually round out everything that we have saved for January altogether. So we will get to look and see what we saved in total during our January roundup and make sure we allocate all of that out to where it needs to go. All right, so the last thing we need to take care of is we need to try to check in on our January no spend. Now, the challenge is that because I am pre-filming, I can only tell you what I have my spending habits for the days that I have experienced in real life so far. So I don't want to ever accidentally fib. So I can tell you that I've had 2 spend periods. So today for me, it is Friday the 23rd. So I know I'm not spending any more money today. So I'm going to go ahead and count that. Actually, I'm not going to spend any money today. I haven't spent any money today. We bought a lot of groceries preparing for the storm, but we are not buying anything else. So this is a no spend day. But yesterday I did have a spend. I went and got a cinnamon roll with a friend during the workday, and then the 21st, while I was buying groceries, I bought more than I budgeted for. So I honestly have to consider that a spend day, and it's partially because we had to get things ready for the storm and all that, but it still is more than we budgeted, and so I overspent, and I consider that a spend day. So of the days I could track, we had 1, 2, 3 of the 5 as a no spend. And then we had 2 that did have a spend. So far in January, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days out of 23 where we made unbudgeted spending decisions. We will see how the rest of the month goes. And even though by the time you see this, it's going to be a little bit later, I just want to be careful and not, say that I didn't spend in the event that I do have to. So we will check in on this during our January roundup. That will be our last opportunity to track our spending for the month. but we're doing pretty good. I'm not mad at it. I could have wished we could do just a little bit better. We'll see how we do in February, but we're doing pretty darn good. And then by the time we do our January roundup, I will also decide how we are going to save or incentivize our progress here. So that wraps us up for our actual saving challenges for the month of January. I'll catch you in the January roundup. I hope you all are having a great Tuesday and you have a great rest of your week. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Until then, y'all just hang